Join us on our journey and meet a lot of startup founders. And for that, subscribe to the channel. And also, if you don't want to miss anything, then click on the bell icon and never ever ever miss anything about High on Startup.
So welcome to High on Startup, and this time we have one co-founder with us who is not spilling the beans about his startup before we start the interview. Yes, we have Buffalo Grid and we have Mr. Aritra with us, and let's get to know what his startup is all about. I am so thrilled and excited. Let's get to know what is up in the closet for us. So how are you doing today?
Doing great.
Now that the interview is on, I hope you tell me what Buffalo Grid is all about.
We are into a domain where we provide power to villages, to rural locations.
Wow.
So the thing is, we have our own product. So it's a red box where we use it to charge up a battery inside, and which rural people use to charging their mobile phones and starting with LED lights, whatever they want to. It has a USB port, and people can use 22 of those devices at a time.
22, wow.
And the whole thing is automated. So the thing is, you can pay by PTM, you can use M-Pesa, or even you can pay through your SMS.
Easy access as well.
Really easy access. And anybody can use. And because the SMS thing makes it really reachable to every people, because the locations that we visited are really deep root, and you don't get really good data connection. So M-Pesa and Paytm are redundant things because both of the apps react differently with the data connection effect. So even if they don't have the data connection, they can use an SMS and use the service.
Amazing. There's so many villages in the country that I know of, thousands of them that don't even have electrification. And this solves a lot of the problem now that we are electrifying them. But why the name Buffalo Grid? Why Buffalo Grid? I want to know.
So what comes to your mind when you think about Indian villages? Bhags, right? So you cannot name it Bhags Grid, so that's why we went to Buffalo Grid. Sounds cool. And it's really connected to where we work, the villages.
Yours is a kind of startup. I've interviewed many to be true, and I haven't heard of any such kind of a concept. So do you have any competitors? Who are they?
No, it's an unorganized sector. So you will find local people, local charge shops who set up their own batteries, and they don't have solar panel. They do sometimes have a solar panel, but mostly they don't, and they hook it up with their own plug points and stuff, and they use it to charge up their phone.
And I'm sure they won't have 22 devices compatibility at one time.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone where a person has set up for charging 22 phones at a time. But I have seen places where a particular agent had made up a separate shop and a separate room to charge the phones at a time. That was the first one.
Wow.
That was, because people in those places really struggle for electricity, because you will see lampposts and fences, wires all set up, but they will say that भैया ये तो हो गया 2-3 महीने से लगा हुआ है, everything is
It's not working.
Yeah. So and sometimes in rain seasons there is no grid power for weeks. So yeah, it is a challenge.
Okay, the concept is amazing. It's actually unprecedented, if I'd say, according to me. But what all have been the issues in your sector that you've faced?
The issue is somewhat related to the location that we chose, because we are concentrating our operations on rural UP right now. So we have a few districts like say Maharaj, and Sitapur, Faizabad, Gonda, and those are proper rural locations. When the roads are really bad, it takes around from Lucknow it takes around 4 to 5 hours by road reach. So proper rural locations, and the challenge is what we face is segregating those areas. You have to gather data. Without data, nothing works, because you cannot just go into a location, watch and there and say we have a hub, just fix it up and use it. Because all said and done, it's a service. We are selling a service, right? So we have to make it viable. So we have to gather data, and that part has been the most challenging, because to be very honest, we have approached a lot of government data process that we have the government sites that have data, but sorry to say only 20-25% of the data matches. So if they say this village has been electrified, this is only on papers, but no.
So there is no authentication to data you can provide it. That's a major issue.
So what we have to do is we gather the data anyways, because we need the village name, pin codes, districts, for our database to have a data to match up with our location verification. So what we do after that is we pinpoint certain areas, and then we run our field verification where our guys visit those places, interview people, and spend some time and know what kind of actual electrification situation is there. So yeah, so that's how we gather data and we analyze that, and then we start our deployments.
Nice.
It's a long process. Yeah.
It is a long process, and seems like you've really worked up and working really hard.
Yeah.
So, how about giving a tip to the budding entrepreneurs?
There are a lot of things that I could say that you should do this and that, but the first thing, we did not anticipate the kind of issues that we'll have. To be very frank, I guess we didn't think that we'll have so many issues. So we can plan up to a certain level. If you need to go home, you plan, I will take a bus, I'll take a cab, and then I'll reach home. But eventually, if your car breaks down, it's something, a surprise, then you'll have to make up a new plan. So you'll always have to be ready for surprises, and they spring up any time. You have to be ready to face them. You can't just give up.
Not to give up is the tip.
Yeah.
So let's just say that your car just broke down and you're really stressed, but you need to get higher.
Buffalo Grid. And they're on my work. And I'm always on work. Still I'm working. Yeah. So yes, I'm never out.
Amazing, amazing. So his startup is what he's high on. You know why? Because he's very committed, dedicated, and focused. They are the three key things that you require if you're running a startup, and that's why I'll tell you to subscribe to the channel and also go to the website if you want to get some rural energy and electrification with 22 plugs available. I must tell you that, and that is why I am getting the link down below. Subscribe to the channel.